So here she is, spiders and all. You know, lots of dust, sawdust in there. This isn't really doing it justice. See that? What a disaster. I don't know if this motor will ever run, just because, you know, maybe the bearings will clean up fine, but the question is, what about all that sawdust on the windings? It just sounds like a house fire waiting to happen. Now the yellow bladed Galaxy, which is the other fan that came out of this estate sale, you know, those Galaxies, this yellow bladed fan is a Sears, but those Galaxies are fairly common, so I probably could find a motor to go in that. But this fan, I mean, these are fairly uncommon, and I really doubt you'd find a parts fan for something like this. But the chrome is okay. It's a little pitted on the stand. The cord looks okay. So we just need to disassemble it. We've got one broken slat in the front and then a broken piece of the side ring here, and as you can see, that makes it sort of loose. If it does run, I'll bet that's going to rattle pretty loud. But anyway, it certainly is a cool looking fan. I'll tell you what, if they made fans that look like that nowadays, I'd buy one every year. So I've never owned anything like this before, but I have watched a video about the disassembly and cleaning of one of these on YouTube. Now, this one is in far worse shape just because of all the sawdust, but this front grate and the back grate comes off of the frame. And then, from what I understand, it's pretty difficult to get the motor out of here because of the blades being in the way. So far, except for the Lakewoods from the 80s, every fan I have, it's almost impossible to get the blades off. So it's going to be quite a struggle to figure that out. This one isn't as stuck as the other fan. Seems to spin a little bit. But again, the amount of dust in here is insane inside the motor. It's not that promising. So there you go. We'll see what's next. Alright, so here's the aftermath of just cleaning the grate from the front. And quite a bit of dirt. If you look at the, I just brought out some water with a sponge, and now it looks like an amber beer. The amount of crap that was on this thing came out pretty good. There's some paint and some overspray, perhaps from wood stain or whatever. There's an extra crack. Let's see if you can see it right there. But it cleaned up okay. It took a good amount of time, and it's too cold out here to really do this right now. So I'm going to try and dust her off a little bit more. As you can see, quite dirty. And I wouldn't even bother oiling the motor or anything like that. It's just going to collect more of the sawdust on there. So I'm going to try and dust this off. I'm going to bag it up and put it away until the weather's better. It looks like all these plastic rings do come apart, and I should be able to wash all of it. We'll see how that all goes. So again, I'm just going to try to dust this off a bit. There is so much dust in and on this fan that you can see it. I don't know if you can see it in the video. It's just exceptionally dusty from all the sawdust. So I'm not going to rinse and wash this whole thing today. I just don't have the time to do all that. So I'm going to try to get as much of the dust and dirt off now as I can. I wonder if it swivels. Yes, it does. What's interesting is that this fan is mostly plastic, but still pretty heavy, which is surprising. The other thing that's interesting is that there's no real handle. No wonder the slats are broken. I mean, I think this took a hit, but still. I mean, I don't know how you're supposed to move this thing around without a handle on the front of it, and you're gonna make it out of this fake-like plastic. I mean, what do you expect to happen? Okay. It tastes like a chalkboard eraser out here. All right. Do some of this side. Yeah, there's your broken slat on the front here, as you can see. And this looks like this will be able to glue, we'll at least be able to glue this back on. Let me try to be careful with it. So much dirt and dust. Okay, I'm going to try to put this all the way upside down. There's just sawdust everywhere on this thing. Not even making a dent, really. Yeah, it's just incredibly dirty and dusty. Some of it's coming off the blades. Yeah, literally, you can taste the sawdust. It's like a chalkboard from when you were in school. I don't know. Some of you might not know what chalkboards are. I mean, geez. We used to have these things called chalkboards. Okay, so that's as much as I'm really going to do right now. Exceptionally dirty and dusty, but quite an interesting fan. So once the weather's better, I'll be able to spread out with this, take it apart, get her cleaned up a little further. As you can see, the blade's got a little cleaner there. This might actually run, but again, I'm so afraid of all of the sawdust that's on the windings. I mean, how could you, if it were to heat up, I mean, that just seems really bad. So I don't know if this is even remotely salvageable. I picked it up for $3, so for $3, you know, it's worth a shot. You know, at the very worst, I'll sell it for parts to somebody. You know, put it on eBay, so maybe somebody's got a motor for it. You never know. So that's the plan. As you can see, the original paint cleaned up a little bit, and it's not quite as stuck. That's not a very good spin down, but so there you go, Westinghouse Floor Fan. I haven't seen any Phillips head screws, and from what I understand, that is an indicator that this is in fact from the 50s. I would have said 50s, early 60s, but 50s is probably right. From what I understand, the Phillips head screws come in around 62, 63, something like that. If I'm wrong on that, let me know. So there you go, Westinghouse. Cool looking fan. Thanks for watching. More to come when I get back to this project. Thanks for watching, cats. Check you later.